Hi, I'm Laurie.
And I'm Fahim.
We've been watching a lot of Sri Lankan travel videos, and one thing that we've noticed is that some of the travel vloggers will learn a few words or phrases in Sinhalese, which is great. Except Sinhalese is not the only language that's spoken in Sri Lanka. There are 3 official languages: English, Sinhalese, and Tamil.
But that's not the whole story. Besides the 2 main languages, which are Sinhalese and Tamil, and the bridging language of English, Sri Lanka has a bunch more languages in play, like Malay, or Bahasa Melayu, or Bahasa Indonesia, as it's known in other countries. Malay is spoken by the Malay people of Sri Lanka. Then there's the language of the Veddas, the indigenous people of Sri Lanka. The Vedda language has some bits of Sinhalese, but it's different enough. Those are not the only ones though. There's Sri Lankan Portuguese Creole, which is now mostly spoken in the eastern part of the island, but which was the language of the Burghers, the descendants of the original Portuguese and Dutch colonizers who married Sri Lankans. There's also an enclave of Afro-Sri Lankans in Puntland, who are descended from African slaves who were brought over by the Portuguese when they were in Sri Lanka. I don't know if they have their own language, but I would suppose so. There's also newer languages in the mix, like the language of the Boras, or Russian, which you can see a lot of, at least in signage, in Hikkadua. Also, I heard that Trincomalee has a heavy Israeli concentration. I'm not saying you have to learn all these languages. That's not my point. The point is that there's more than one language to consider in Sri Lanka. And when you speak to somebody, you have no idea if they speak or even understand the most prominent language of Sinhala. So the person you're talking to in Sinhalese might not understand what you're saying at all. Or they might understand you but not know how to respond back because their knowledge of Sinhalese is not good enough. We've seen a lot of vloggers say Sthuthi or Sthuthi Machan as an example. Sthuthi is Sinhalese. It's great that you're trying to use the local language, but it's possible that the person you're talking to doesn't understand you because they speak another language. But almost everybody in Sri Lanka understands thank you. So maybe you might want to combine thank you with a Sthuthi to cover your bases. Getting back to the Machang part of it, Machang is a word that in Sinhalese means bro or dude or something similar. But it's derived from a Tamil word which means brother-in-law. So depending on the person you're talking to, it might not come across the same way you intended. As long as you understand the nuances of the language, it's not a huge deal. But otherwise, you might end up getting a side eye from somebody. But overall, I'm sure that the people you speak to do appreciate you taking the time to learn their language. So keep it up. Have fun in Sri Lanka. Bye.
Bye.